Can we talk a little bit about Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel's recent trip to India? Just especially for those of us who are Jewish and pro-Israel, it's kind of heartwarming. And, maybe it wasn't a lead story here, but it's significant as you notice Israel being treated a little less like a pariah these days than in basically its entire existence to this point. And, first, let's recall some of the treatment of Prime Minister Netanyahu by Barack Obama. You can see this story right here. Obama snubbed Netanyahu for dinner with Michelle and the girls. Israelis claim they have to stick that in at the end. I think this is from the Telegraph in the UK. And there were the stories about how he had to come through the back door, the service entrance. It was very much in your face. And we know the story with Obama there. And of course, you also have, I don't know how proven it's been, that U.S. taxpayer dollars were being used in the election in Israel to fund anti-Netanyahu efforts. And this was the Obama State Department, of course. It's worth keeping in mind. And this isn't about Obama. This is leading to what we're going to see from India just a few days ago. You also have the Iran deal, of course. And you have this famous meme. And you also have that picture of, the meme isn't about Obama's treatment of Netanyahu, but it definitely made the rounds. And you have the picture of Obama that somehow got released by the White House photographers of Obama talking on the phone with Netanyahu with his feet on the desk and the shoes showing very clearly. And that sends a message to the Muslim world where shoes definitely are symbolic. You recall when the shoe was thrown at second President Bush. Yeah. Okay, I got to put the glasses on here so I can read these tweets a little bit better. So I'm just going to go through the tweets. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't have any analysis. I didn't follow this closely. I just thought it's important to put these tweets together in a video and let you see for yourself. Here's the first of them. A special welcome for a special visit. PM, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, at Narendra Modi personally receives Israeli PM Netanyahu at Delhi airport. Definitely a little more polite than the treatment Barack Obama received in Cuba, where they didn't even bother meeting him at the airport, as historic as that thing was. Netanyahu, we have landed in India. Thank you to my good friend Narendra Modi for the warm welcome. It's funny how you can do this all on Twitter. Thank you, dear friend, for the warm welcome, and for India, I appreciate the gesture of this. Exciting. Then we have, I'll let you watch this video. Continuing on, Netanyahu tweeted, "My first visit to India, a world power that is strengthening its relations with Israel. I am excited about this historic week that will further strengthen Israel's international standing." And perfect words there. That is what it is. Israel has not been treated too well internationally, and that's an understatement. And you can look at this. It's as if it's Chris Christie and Barack Obama at the beach. And here's just a closer look at the pictures in that particular tweet. Hold on. Technical difficulties. You see that? And this one? Then you see this very moving welcome ceremony at the presidential palace in India. A great honor for the state of Israel, treated with the utmost of respect. Much more in common with President Trump during some of his visits to Asia. His visits to Asian countries a few months, I guess by now it was. Definitely different from Obama coming to Cuba. or Netanyahu coming to the White House, I guess you could say. See this picture with my good friend Narendra Modi at the presidential palace in India. From the ceremonial welcome for PM Netanyahu this morning, and here are the other pictures in that set. Seems very genuine. Speech. We are ushering today a new era in relations between Israel and India. We've had diplomatic relations for 25 years, but something different is happening now because of your leadership, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and because of our partnership. There are three things that bind our countries together. The first is that we have an ancient past. The second is that we have a vibrant present. And the third is that we are seizing together a promising future. And this tweet, we are proud of our present, of our resilient democracies. Our people are free to say what they want, do what they want, believe what they want, and these values and our diversity are not a source of our weakness, but the source of our strength. Israel is a fountainhead of innovation. It's a global force of technology. India abounds with creativity, with ingenuity, with scientists, with mathematicians, and I think that when we join our respective talents together, we can achieve tremendous things for our people. And it's interesting to note that there's just so much Israeli interaction without the U.S. playing middleman whatsoever with India and China in particular these days, and it's largely technology driven. Then you see this. I arrived in India with the biggest delegation of business leaders that has ever joined an Israeli prime minister on an official visit. The goal, to deepen the economic ties between India and Israel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, thank you for believing in Israel just as we believe in India. Some warm vibes, clearly. Exciting reception at the presidential palace in India, a great honor for the state of Israel. I'll let you watch the video, which I downloaded.
This is a dawn of a new era in the great friendship between India and Israel. It began with Prime Minister Modi's historic visit to Israel, which created tremendous enthusiasm. It continues with my visit here, which I must say is deeply moving for my wife and me and for the entire people of Israel. And I think it heralds a flourishing of our partnership to bring prosperity and peace and progress for both our peoples. Thank you.
Thanks to my friend, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, which allowed us this magical moment today at Taj Mahal. And you can watch the video for that right here. Yeah, it's in Hebrew, but it's short.
זה רגע של נחת בביקור מאוד אינטנסיבי. אני רוצה להודות לחברי, ראש ממשלת הודו, שהוא מאפשר לנו גם את הרגע הזה. בהודו פגשנו הרבה מאוד אהבה, אהבה לישראל, וכאן הגענו למקדש האהבה, באומנות בלתי נתפסת, עם דברים נצחים, ממש כך.
Taj Mahal today, a place of peace, love, and infinite beauty. Thank you for this opportunity to Racina Conference speech today as guest of honor, and to many leaders around the world, the truth of Israel. Imperfect translation here. Thanks for the great Indian love, the state of Israel, we love you. Look, it's still pretty good that they have Bing translation here. And you have another video there. I'll let you watch it.
Namaste. We are, I think, naturally sympathetic to India. When I walk on the streets of India, as I just did in Agra, I saw the sympathy and friendship of people. Somebody said to me, "We are so happy that you are friends with our Prime Minister and that he's friends with you. We are friends with you. We are friends with Israel." It's a natural friendship and a natural partnership of democratic and free people. We've discussed in this visit how we can strengthen our two nations in the civilian areas, in security areas, in every area. It is something I look forward to do. I want to thank you again.
Then you have thanks to tens of thousands of citizens of India who got us to today with Israel and support flags. Ahmedabad is awesome. Again, that's translation. So maybe awkward words, but so be it. This is interesting. This is definitely bromance type stuff, but it's nice to see. Prime Minister Netanyahu trying his hand at kite flying. Like a kite soaring high, India-Israel friendship is scaling new heights and will benefit not only our citizens, but also the entire humankind. Hallmark couldn't have said it any better. Is kite flying big in India? I think so. Netanyahu writes, "Thank you to the thousands of Indians who welcomed us to Ahmedabad today with Israeli flags and tremendous support." Yeah, very nice to see. Israel for so long has been an outcast. Gandhi's home. "Thank you to our good friend, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who accompanied us today on our visit to Gandhi's home, Sabarmati Ashram. This was a special and moving day." I kind of remember it looking like that in the movie Gandhi, which makes sense. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invited us to the opening of the iCreate Center for Entrepreneurship and Technology, a collaborative program of Israeli startups and Indian partners. We met with Indian and Israeli entrepreneurs. This is with a new era in relations between Israel and India, as represented by the flags there, looks like. And then short update. This one there was not this was in Hebrew, so I'm not including it. Short update from India following conversations I had with my friend the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. India government informed us that it returns the spike. I don't know what that means. This is very important and many more deals. I'm not sure what this is. I tried to look it up. Is that the Chabad house where the massacre was? Part of the terrible massacre throughout the city of Mumbai, like I guess 10 years ago now. He writes, and this is an imperfect translation, maybe someone can put in the comments section what's going on. "I went with the child to the childhoods of Vichy where the terrible attack was killed. To the wall where his mother marked the height, I added today's height. Sajad, the parents, many Israelis love Israel with Israel loves you and supports you every step of the way with Israel alive." Look, the first language in Israel is not English. Netanyahu speaks it fine, but imperfect translation. "Will my Bollywood selfie beat the Ellen Show Hollywood selfie at the Oscars?" Look, I didn't watch that. I'm not a huge Ellen fan, to put it mildly. But he's got to play to the masses. And then we're getting near the end. "Thank you to my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for the warm hospitality in India. The honor you have shown me and the people of Israel will always be remembered. Tonight we are bringing the relationship between our people and our countries to new heights." And I have taken more than enough of your time at this point.